Hey, what's up, guys? I am back with part 4 and maybe the last part of my Joe Montana PC. And I'm going to start with Pacific. This is just a handful of cards that I have on Pacific. There's not very many of them. So we're going to go ahead and start with these. So the first one is the Flash card. Pacific Flash cards. And then the regular Pacific from 91. And then, yep, a little bit of that. And then a little bit of Chinese. This is one of my more recent pickups, so it's not in a new top loader yet. And then we have 94 Pacific. And then, I don't remember what these are called either, but we got that one. So those are Pacific. And then we'll do Pinnacle. Pinnacle is one of those weird ones because there's some of them that do say Score, but they're made by the Pinnacle company. So, I don't know. We'll just have to go through them. I got this one from Angel. Didn't have it, and so Angel sent it to me. Yep, a little bit of that. This one I think Big D will like, and then a couple of other people, only because it's Team Pinnacle on the front is Montana, however you want to look at that, and then on the back is Troy Aikman. So that one was pretty cool. And then this one, very cool. And then we got that guy, Starflix. Find that over time that some of these they don't show as well as they used to. I hope everybody's day's going good so far. One of the ones in this, the Pinnacle or whatever that I'm still looking for is the Team Zenith Montana. I don't have that one yet either. So then we'll go on to Action Packed. All Madden, Action Packed. I actually have this whole set still in the box. I haven't opened it yet. I've left it in its box. So some of these are the cool cards, man. I miss some of these old companies. They had imagination. They weren't just pieces of paper with a picture on it. And that's sort of a bummer thing about collecting Joe Montana, is that in the time when the cards looked really cool, was like 97, 98, 99, they were really cool, and into the early 2000s, there really weren't that many Joe Montanas made in those times that weren't autographs or whatever. So I'll have to start finding someone else to PC from those years. So those are Action Packed. And then we'll squeeze into the Collector's Edge. So we got that. And like I said, I ran out of new top loaders and perfect fit, so I didn't get all of my stuff done, but I'll get that all done here pretty soon. Some of these are probably going to be hard to see. Yeah, I like this one, Excalibur. Some of the pictures though are the same still, just a different card. And then two more of these, and this is Eloy. If you watch these, I don't know, this is the one I was asking if you had the Barry Sanders of it. That's a very cool card. The Dragon Slayer. And we'll do Score. And so we'll start here. 89 NFC Championship. The GOAT and the receiver GOAT. Not you, Eloy. You're not that kind of GOAT. Hot Gun. All Pro, Record Breaker, and then 91 score. Yep. I remember hunting for these cards when I was a kid. Some of these are the originals from when I was a kid that need replaced. You can tell some of the corners are dinged. So I've had some of these since, you know, they were brand new. That's yeah, the same. And then I have the 2015 all-time franchise base, all-time franchise yellow, all-time franchise green, all-time franchise red. I know I'm going a little quick, but an all-time franchise black. And then we will go to wild card. And I don't have very many of these. There's a few that I still would like to get. There's a handful of them. But, yeah. Just haven't picked them up yet. And Field Force. And some from Pacific, too. Like Pacific picks the pros. Yeah, I like those. And then Playoff. Playoff? Yeah. Got a handful. Playoff contenders. Prime playoff. And absolute playoff. Even though they look the same, they're different cards. And some of these, like with Bowman, later Bowman cards say by the Topps company, but I only had a handful of Bowman, so I left them in a pile by themselves. So, wild looking cards. And whoops, I dunked the camera again. Some of these are going to be awful hard to pick up. I like that one. And then Vintage Best. There's a couple of parallels of that I don't have too. So let me move these out of the way. And we'll do Fleer, the Fleer company. This is the one the our Judge Montana collector was asking about. And there's still a few more of these older ones that I don't have too, that I will be looking to pick up. But as everybody knows, Fleer didn't have a player contract, so they could only put the teams on there, and so they didn't have the players' names on the card. So we get into 90 Fleer. I like these. Even though they're just plain old cards, I like those. And I lied, Angels, or Eloy, some of these are in backwards too. In that one. And this next one, this was my very first Joe Montana card ever. So pay no mind to the corners. This was the very first one I got out of a pack. And I got it when it was brand new. My dad bought me the packs from Casey's, the gas station. So that tell you something about that. That's just been a while. And that was when I first started collecting Joe Montana, was when I got that card out of the pack. It's just been downhill ever since. But I will probably replace a few of these, go through and start marking off in my checklist which ones have dings and whatever else, and start replacing them. I just couldn't do it before because it was my very first Joe Montana card. So I guess I'm sentimental or something. I don't know. I had cards before that, but they were ones that were doubles of my oldest brother's. He gave me some of the stuff that he already had cards of. So, but I didn't have anything of Joe Montana. When I pulled that, I was pretty excited. And that. Fleer, that is 2004. And this one is from 2004 also, and it's out of 300. That's the only Fleer patch that I have, or jersey card. And then the tall ones, the game day. And then this is from McDonald's, the McDonald's one. So it's got the little tabs on the sides where you had to rip it out. So that's all from Fleer. And then we'll do proset. So we got the 89 proset. And then these are hard to find in good shape. So this has some, like, I don't know, some sketchy parts on like the top and on the bottom. And then, yeah, don't have to explain those. You guys have seen these a trillion times. But I like them. And I've kind of gotten attached to the ones that are even dinged up. I got a couple in another box that have watermarks on them from one time I left my cards outside. And I still have the cards. They're no good, but I kept them. But, so, that's never, that has nothing to do with anything. Hall of Fame 2000. I like that. Those are pretty cool. I don't know why they only had pictures on these from practice jerseys. They could have done a better job with finding the pictures. And then this one is College Connections, Joe Montana and Rick Meyer. And now we have Pro Line, or Classics, whichever you want to call them. They're Pro Line by Classics, or whatever, vice versa. Oh, and there's this one. I do have a Joe Montana's wife card. I don't know why that's a card, but I guess a lot of the players had pictures of their wives on cards for some weird reason. Or pictures with your wife for some reason. This is a set. These last handful have been a set, but I haven't completed that one. I've focused on other sets and other cards before then. So, we're coming down to, well, last handful anyway. And I saved the last handful. Well, I guess there's two handfuls. One of them is like bootleg. Sam calls them bootleg cards. There's cards that don't have name brands. So there's this. I have this one, and then the printer's proof. So I like that. And then we got Skybox. I always liked Skybox cards too. They had some pretty cool designs on their cards. So there's this one, and then this one. This one has the silver impact on it. We're already almost 15 minutes. And then SkyTech Stars. That one's in there kind of crooked too. I've done a great job keeping these in there. Alright, I have this one, but then I have this one. This was an in-person that I got when I was a kid. So those are the last of the Skybox. And then now the bootlegs. I got this one from Angel. See if we can even see the pictures. That's cool. That's from 85 or something like that. 84 or 85. I can't read the back of it. And then Sports Illustrated for kids. Got this one from Eloy. Notre Dame. And then Ball Street, whatever that is. Like I said, a lot of these are just ones from, I don't even know what. This one's called Living Legends. Legends of Sport. Some of these came out of magazines, and some of these came from card shows. And even though this one just says AW Sports, it kind of has the back of like a 91-ish Upper Deck, but I know it's not. And then Showtime. This is from the 14th National Sports Collecting Convention. So I've had these for a long time. This was a dog. They call it a dog tag. It has a little spot where you can get an autograph on it. Of course, I don't. And then my last one is from Starting Lineup. So that's it. That's all of them. That brings the total different cards count to 515. Now, this is what all of the... Oops, come on, pick up. This is what all of the different ones look like. And then in this box is doubles. So I'm collecting those for my little nephew. I don't know if he'll like them when he's older or not, but I would figured it'd be cool to have something to give him for when he's, grown up. And I got some baseball cards stashed away for him too. So that's all I got for you guys today. If you stayed and watched, thanks for checking out 17 minutes of one guy. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you. Card family for life. And until then, later.